Hi, you like my pretty flowers? If you want to learn how to make these flowers yourself, it's super easy. All you need is some yarn and some pipe cleaners, and I'm going to show you exactly how to make them yourself with these simple instructions. Okay, so today I'm going to make a flower with a green stem and white petals like that. So these are the supplies I'll need. I've got a couple of pipe cleaners that I twisted together to make it a little bit more sturdy. I'm going to need a fork to wrap my yarn around, and then I will need the yarn that's going to form the petals. So what you want to do is put the pipe cleaner against the base of the fork like that. You will also need a little bit of yarn stuck right onto the middle of the fork so that you can tie all the petals closed once you've wrapped the yarn around it. Right now I'm using red so you can see the difference, but when you make your flower, you're going to want to use the same color yarn as your petals. Okay, so you've got your setup here with your fork, your pipe cleaner in the middle, and your yarn to use to tie it off. Now you get to start winding a ton of yarn around your fork. So we'll just go like that. You probably do this about 50 or 60 times until you get a good kind of, I don't know, a solid bunch of yarn around there. Because if you don't do it enough, you're going to have a really, really sad looking little flower with not very many petals at all. So we'll do that. You getting dizzy yet? All right, and when you've got a nice chunk of yarn on there like that, you're going to want to go ahead and cut it off. And then take your pipe cleaner and fold it around the back of your bunch of yarn and kind of twist it together so that it meets up with the longer part of the stem. And then you'll just twist it in on itself like that until it's nice and secure. So if you look at my finished yarn flower, you can kind of see where I did that, where the pipe cleaner is folded in on itself. So once you've got that done, you're going to want to tie your string that was on your fork around the yarn that you just wound around it to keep it from falling apart. So you've got your pipe cleaner down here on the edge of the fork. Then you'll take your yarn that you put inside the fork and pull it around like that, and then you're going to want to tie it pretty tight so that it doesn't fall apart. If you can't get a really good knot, you could ask an adult to help you, and they might be able to help you tie a tighter knot, because sometimes that's hard to do to keep it secure. But you're going to go ahead and do that. Like I said before, I'm using a different color just so I can show you where it is, but when you make yours, you're going to want to use the same color. And then once you have it tied securely, you go ahead and slide it off the fork and kind of adjust it if it doesn't look quite right. You can adjust it a little bit, but that will be the base of your flower, and then this is going to be the top. So you've got a nice tight knot right there, keeping all your yarn secure. Now you're going to want to take your scissors and just cut right up the top of the yarn. This might be a little tricky. You might have to do it in sections. You might not be able to get all of it all at once, like you can see with my scissors. They're not that great, but just keep going, and eventually you'll get all of those little pieces in the middle cut up. And once you do, you have this lovely little yarn flower. All right, so that is your completed flower. You could make a whole bunch of these and then turn them into a bouquet. You could make them and twist them together to make a flower crown. You can do all kinds of stuff with this. So once you're done cutting all that apart, you want to just cut down the little edges that we've got just to make it look a little nicer, a little bit neater, just like that. And there you have it, your completed yarn flower. All right, now you can experiment with different colors of yarn, different colors of pipe cleaners, get all wild and Dr. Seussy about it, and see what you come up with. And maybe you can make a really awesome bouquet of flowers that will last all summer, all winter, forever. You can have this as long as you want. Just, dust it off every once in a while. There you have it. Hope you enjoy. Bye-bye.